So for today, you might want some dumbbells, resistance bands if you have them. So the first dynamic stretch we're gonna do is the arm swing. So we're just gonna swing our arms back and forth, just getting loosened up and ready. We're gonna do this for about 30 seconds before we move on to the next one. So for today's wellness break, you should be sweating. So if you're hopefully in a good position to do this wellness break. If not, you can just watch and do it at home later or later in the day if you need to. All right, arms should start to feel a little bit loose, so we're gonna move into some leg swings. So support if you need it, and we're just gonna go back and forth with one leg, and then we'll swap to the second leg after about 30 seconds. All right, let's go ahead and swap to our opposite leg. Go front and back if you need it. All right. Next, we're gonna start with some butt kickers. So you're just gonna kind of run in place. You can go slower if you want. Let's get my legs warmed up before we actually exercise. All right, now we're gonna move into some high knees. If you want, you can move in quicker pace. But for this, I'm just gonna go slow. We'll have plenty of time to work up a sweat in the main part of this video. At this point, you should feel your heart rate raising. If you're indoors, they're probably getting a little warm. So now we're going to move into some backwards arm circles. Not a huge fan of yoga mats. Move into forward arm circles. All right, now we're gonna move into some hip circles. So we're just gonna rotate our hip. Let's go opposite direction. All right, now we're gonna jump into some light jumping jacks. You can just go arms if you want, something nice and easy, or you can just jump in the whole jumping jack. So like Kyra's doing, just step out. Also, a great way to warm up before we do our actual exercises. All right, and our last dynamic stretch before we jump into the main course is gonna do some windmill toe touches. So arms spread out, legs spread out, and just go down, opposite arm, opposite foot. All right, now that our warm-up's done, go ahead and grab some water if you need it. And we're gonna jump into the main portion. So for this, I'm gonna need people to be ready to unmute their mics and give exercise suggestions. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna jog in place for about a minute, and then we're gonna do an exercise. So now we're just gonna jog in place. Similar to a spin class, except for we're not on a bike, we're indoors just jogging. And pretend maybe you're outdoors on a hike, a trail, next to the road. Doesn't matter, we're gonna jog in place for about a minute, do an exercise, and jog in place for another minute. Feel free at any moment while you're jogging in place. Maybe if you're getting tired or whatever, take a break, walk, whatever you need. Yep. And if you don't want to jog in place, you can kind of do the boxer shuffle, similar to what Kyra's doing right now. It's where you just kind of rotate your hips and arms. Came up with the idea for this exercise while talking to Dorian at UA's spin class lab area. We were talking about finding ways to exercise while being indoors because of the cold. I hate running on ice and when it's cold out. But I didn't want to gain 20 pounds this winter, so I had to come up with something. All right. For the next 30 minutes, or excuse me, seconds or so, we're just gonna squat. Full body weight squats. If squats are hard on your knees, you can do kind of a half squat, where you just kind of go like that. But if you're able to, let's knock out some regular squats. And we're back to jogging in place. So I'll tackle the next exercise. It's gonna be bicep curls. So if you have something heavy to lift, go ahead and grab it now. Resistant bands, milk jugs, dumbbells, anything will work. Or you could just use your arms if you wanted to. Alright, we're gonna jump into our next exercise. Bicep curl. I'll be using a resistance band for this, but anything will work. Begin. All right. Back to jogging. Feel yourself getting tired, feel free to grab water or walk at any time. No reason to hurt ourselves trying to exercise. All right, after this minute's up, we're gonna do some planks. Yep, if jogging getting boring for you, you can hop in some high knees, some butt kickers, walk as long as you're moving, fulfilling this wellness break. Plank. If you do have a yoga mat, go ahead and take a couple seconds to get it out and ready. If not, carpet will be easier on your elbows and forearms, or you can rest on your knees if you need an alternate plank. So we'll do this for about 30 seconds and then we will go back to our exercise. All right, go ahead and rest. Put your mat away if you need to. Grab some water. For this, I'm just gonna start walking right now while I hydrate. And back to jogging. 30 seconds, we'll drop into some lunges. According to my watch, we've already done almost 2,000 steps. Keep up the good work. All right, go ahead and take a couple seconds, and then let's start our lunges. Maybe forward lunges is a little bit boring for you. Go and do some reverse lunges as well. And we're back to jogging. Minute, Dorian will show us the Russian twist. Remember, when you're jogging or running, it's important to maintain a good rhythm or a cadence. Breathing is one of the most important parts of maintaining a long run. All right, Dorian, can we see that Russian twist?
So you'll come down to the floor, thumb contact with the ground, legs up. You'll just go left to right with your arms. So twisting your body left to right side.
All right, so if you need a yoga mat, go ahead and place it down. Do some Russian twists for the next 30 seconds or so.
If you need to, you can place your feet on the ground too if it's harder.
Thank you for that modification, Dorian. All right, back up. Grab some water if you need to. We're back to walking or jogging. I'm gonna move into some high knees just to change it up a little bit. Moving butt kickers if you needed to. Any sort of movement will work. Next one's gonna be push-up. From our last check-in, we've gone almost 800 more steps, so we're doing good. All right, let's move into our push-ups. If you need to, Deanna loves to know the modified version. Let's aim to knock out at least 10. All right, when you're done, back to jogging. So about 30 seconds, we're gonna move into some punches. All right, go ahead and take a stance. For me, I'm just gonna go turn and punch. If you prefer, you could take more of like a literal fighting stance and kind of do like a kickboxing thing. I know, I believe Patience has led a couple of those. So if you've been to her videos, you can do those ones as well. And then we can complete that one, move into our warm up, and be done. Standing side crunches. Moving to our standing side crunch. We'll do this for about 30 seconds, and we'll move into our stretching. All right. So far, we'll move on to our stretching. First one's gonna be the arm over stretch. So we didn't even leave our house, but according to my watch, we ran about 1.5 miles just now of movement. Not 100% sure how accurate that is, but it's better than sitting on our butts for the last half an hour. So we'll take it. Go ahead and relax. Next one's gonna be the overhead arm pull. So arm over your head, elbow, and pull it down. And you each stretch about 10 to 15 seconds and then rotate to the other arm. And relax and rotate. Go ahead and relax. Move into the head tilt. Stretch our neck and traps a little bit. Recommend not pushing too hard on this one. It's just a stretch, we don't want to hurt ourselves. Go ahead and stretch the other side. And relax. Next one's gonna be standing hamstring, so feet together. Just gonna go straight down. Feel the stretch back here. Go ahead and relax. Next one is going to be a hip flexor stretch. So legs spread out, and we're just gonna lean. We'll feel it in the opposite hip flexor. Relax, and we'll alternate sides. And relax. Just go down the middle. And relax. Last one we're going to do, because we are running low with time and your time is important, is our ankle rotations. So grab a wall if you need to, and we're just rotating our ankle. Stretch is often overlooked. Very important, especially if you do a lot of running or sports. Go ahead and switch ankles. And relax. For you guys, thank you for joining. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. It's nice to get our bodies moving, sweat a little bit.